Presented by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the Mountain Shootout. Back over to number 7. Has not been a stellar performance to this point, but Frank, not too bad.
When you consider 4-round events, Rich, you're going to have a period where there's a little lull. As long as you can minimize the damage over the course of 4 days, it turns out all right.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot, he is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up? It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Trying to generate some momentum here at the 7th hole. This for birdie. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Oh my gosh, that hurts. Those are painful from that distance.
Yeah, just another one added to the card. Big mistake.
Been a little too much of that, Frank. Just sort of ho-hum pars. Frank, you like this kind of design feature where you go from the longest hole in the course immediately to the shortest hole.
Certainly, golf giveth and golf taketh away. This is just minimally uphill, just a couple of feet, but you can see from the overview the design of the green. When that flag's on the right, it's a little bit of a longer carry, so just be a little cognizant of that. You don't have to hit it directly at the flag.
Not enough on that one.
Yeah, just seemed to baby it.
Okay, good shot on the dance floor.
Even par currently.
Still even par for the day. So we'll round out the front side here at Banff Springs with a par 5 and reasonably short at only 501 yards.
So very reachable because of that yardage that you just referenced. Hole bends a little bit to the right. You can favor the left side with a tee shot. It's just going to make that angle on the second a little bit easier.
And now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. With that ball sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
Oh, looked like he caught a flyer right there, Frank.
Well, I don't know what he caught, but this is way too much.
Frank had hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
You wonder what he's thinking on that.
On the green, and a chance for birdie. Has the birdie, now at 1 under par for the tournament. Just a superb performance on the front side. He's hoping to keep it going here on the back 9, Frank.
The game is so much easier when you're swinging well, putts are going in. Really, you've just got to keep out of your own way.
Will be a great look at birdie. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Has it now sitting at 2 under par for the tournament. Out of the 11th hole, it's a par 4, 417 yards. Frank, what's the key here?
A nice little draw down that left side would be the ideal tee shot. The carry on the 2 little bunkers down the left side really isn't overly long, but that's the desired entry into this green. That's an absolute beauty.
Frank, here at the 11th hole, second shot, another chance to make a birdie.
Certainly is. The only thing you're guarding against here with that second shot into 11 is just going long. Pretty generous green once again. Because it slopes back into the player's face, the ball's not going to kick forward.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Oh, just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
Just a couple of feet. Takes it to 3 under for the day. There you have it, Frank. First round is complete. What are your thoughts, partner?
Rich, I think anyone inside the current top 10 of that leaderboard is certainly well placed to go on and take this championship.
Today's coverage brought to you by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. Today it's live second round coverage of the Mountain Shootout. Frank, as we arrive here at the par 4 6th hole, reasonably short at 373 yards, a lot of golfers arrive at a hole like this and they'll think, well, I'm just going to blast it away because it's such a short 4.
He's loading up on it.
Look at the coil there. Look at this. Look at all the power in that coil. Getting set for this next shot from the rough, what does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are because, you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Now this for birdie came away with par in the previous round. You get the sense now with that birdie that our young star, so explosive, is setting himself up for a big weekend run. Really powering up here. Those are good numbers right there. 320, 320 yards. Just crushed it in the fairway. Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie. and setting up here in the rough. And it makes the green in regulation. See if he can get something going here. 2 straight birdies. Well, at last, a birdie. Now to hole number 8. It's another par 3 with some water, Frank. Only 150 yards. This is the shortest hole in the golf course.
But distance control is still very important here. If you can get the right distance, you could perhaps aim 10 or 15 feet left of the flag. You're only going to have a 10 or 15 foot putt. So just think of that. Water on the right there. Maybe just aim a little further to the left. You can still make birdie.
How'd you like that strike?
That was top of the tree.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. This is a pretty good performance right here. 6 under for the tournament. Now to hole number 9, 501 yards. It's a par 5.
Yeah, we finished with the third par 5 on the front 9. You're just going to come through those sort of chute of marvelous trees that define this fairway. Just avoid the right side. Something down the left side is going to open up the second shot.
Gave that the full treatment. Get up. Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Well, Frank, what do you like here? Second shot to this par 5.
I like just the general terrain, Rich. Even though the water's on the right side, you want to keep away from that, which actually makes that ball go towards the general upslope of the green.
Crucial eagle attempt on the way. Now the third shot at the par 5. Well, that was a bold effort at eagle there, Frank.
Oh, you got to applaud him there, though. You're going for eagle. There's no way he was going to leave it short.
Frank, how much does that birdie help the cause?
Well, it doesn't look like much right now, Rich, just sneaking inside the top 20. But at the end of the day, that might be the one that turned the tide.
This is EA Sports. PGA Tour coverage coming up next. Today it's live third round coverage of the Mountain Shootout. And the ball settles on the green about 26 feet away.
Yeah, not the easiest of putts coming up.
Made par yesterday. This one for birdie. Well, you couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Could use this one. This is for par. They'll take it. That's a par. So off the long par 3 10th, we are at the 11th hole, 417-yard par 4, Frank.
It looks like a straightaway par 4, Rich, but if anything, the hole actually bends to the left, and you really want to follow that natural contour of that. Just sort of draw it off those bunkers on the right, or just simply carry it over the ones on the left. But ideally, down the left side, it avoids that pine tree that's further down.
Ideal position, sitting up perfectly. Frank, what do you want to do with this second shot here at the 11th?
Just a scoring club again, Rich. This is a chance to get off to a good start on that on the homeward 9. Anytime you get sort of 8-iron down, you can virtually go straight at the flag because this green pitches back towards the player.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Needs a few more of those. That was a good birdie.
Yeah, this time that one gets him in the top 10.
Here at the 12th, par 4, 442 yards. Frank, what's ahead?
This one's called Big Bow. Hole's certainly a lot longer than the 10th hole, which is Little Bow. Doglegs to the player's right. A couple of bunkers down the left side. That first bunker on the left shouldn't be too much of a problem to carry. But once again, even though the hole bends to the right, you'd like to be down the opposite side of the fairway, which is the left. Has it come down yet? Not only is it straight, it's mega long.
Second shot. Good look at the green. This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
I mean, really on top of his game right now. That was a splendid approach shot. Not a gimme, but well within his range. And with that birdie, moving into the top 5 on the leaderboard.
And we're starting to notice the name.
Well, Frank, here's another pretty long par 3, the 13th here at Banff Springs, 225 yards. What's the right play?
Well, unless they have that flag all the way in the back, that first 2/3 of the green is just like a nice big circle. You hit it anywhere on that, you're going to have a putt of some 20, 25 feet maximum for birdie.
He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday.
Now putt for par.
Getting set now over the putt. Workmanlike hole. He walks away with a par. On to the 14th hole now. It's a par 4, 442 yards. And what's the right way to attack here, Frank?
Two choices. Try and squeeze it down the right side, just short of those big bunkers on that right. Either that or carry the bunker complex on the left. A little awkward.
Now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball's sitting up. You can bring it in high. You can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
Frankie's knocking him down and picking him up.
Oh, it's just taking pins out, one after the other.
from about 8 feet. A good birdie right there, Frank.
Oh, time to get another cup of coffee. Things are heating up.
Frank, looking out here on the 15th hole, this looks like a spot where you could really crank one that you could tell your buddies about.
It's another hole that suits a player that hits the ball right to left. It's no surprise to see why Rory McIlroy plays well around here. Nice, big, high towering ball. It's going to go that extra yardage because of the elevation.
Are you kidding me? Come on, you can't hit a ball that hard.
That is crushing it beyond all crushing.
That's a good drive right there. Got all of it.
Did you hear the sound?
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
This is for his birdie. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. So through 54 holes, a really good position inside the top 5 with 1 round to go.
Yeah, and those handful of players that we're looking at, Rich, they certainly have looked the best players this week, which makes tomorrow look like a real thriller.
Coverage coming your way is presented by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. Today it's live final round coverage of the Mountain Shootout. Frank, this par 4 14th hole at about 440 yards will test you all the way up to that green, won't it?
It certainly will. It just looks like you should bash it over those bunkers down the left side, but the green pitches from left to right, so the best access is actually down the right side, coming in from that sort of right line. So don't be fooled here.
Excellent start off the tee. That's a great way to begin this hole. Now zeroing in on this second shot here at the par 4 14th.
You can keep the second shot a little right of the flag here. The general contours kick a little left here away from the bunkers on the right. That would be the ideal shot in here.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Well, that's just a tee to green clinic, a seminar on how to do it the right way. Every single green in regulation.
All things pointed to a good week. Birdie there, very important right now.
Playing some good golf. And Frank, ahead on the green, you could have a really crazy putt if you're not careful.
This is probably the most undulating green on the golf course, so you do not want to be going in with too flat a second shot.
That appeared to be a good strike right there, Frank.
Oh, good. It's just towering. Look at that, hanging in the sky.
That is just a beautiful shot. Frank, this second shot to the par 4 15th is what you might call a professional's shot. Explain why.
Yeah, there's always an advantage if a better player can shape a shot. So you have a long second shot, but just the way this green is, notice there's a slightly better entry from the left side. So the better player would try and hit a little fade in there. That might appear the safest shot coming in, but it's going to actually give you the best chance of hitting it close. General run-of-the-mill shot, sometimes you just bash it away over that right bunker, but it's not really the way in which that hole's designed.
Wow, that hurt.
It did. Shot gone forever.
Just a couple of feet. So looking at the leaderboard, there is one name that really jumps out, and it's Rory McIlroy. He is now only 2 shots behind the leader.
It's fine.
Frank, this is a place where you can really sort of commune with nature. It's absolutely spectacular out here, isn't it?
I've forgotten how pretty it is. Canada, no disrespect, but, elk, some of the wildlife. The golf course is just beautiful, too. The view, I mean, it's very easy to get distracted.
Should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. That is an excellent play right there. The approach, getting him another good look. Birdie here yesterday. This putt again for birdie. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
Get in. Yes, good putt. Frank, as we make our way to the house, a chance here at the 17th, just 374 yards, a chance for a birdie.
It certainly is. Anytime you see a hole today under 400 yards, a par 4 that is, you're going to get a short iron you're going to get a short iron in your hand if you hit a good tee shot. Just avoid the bunkers left and right off the tee. Green does slope back to front, so it pitches nicely towards you, making that second shot, if anything, a little easier.
Frank, that swing looks lively and strong.
Oh, that had to fly 300. It's close to 310.
So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. Well, he's not going to be real happy with that. Wow. Those keep the round going, those par putts. Well, here we are at the final hole here at Banff Springs, 578-yard par 5, and Frank, a chance to finish the round with a flourish.
If you're one of the fortunate to hit this fairway, it's very reachable, but well protected by bunkers, left, right, central bunkers as well. You really have to be aware of two things, the wind direction and exactly how far you can carry that tee shot if you want to find this fairway.
A great way to start a hole, nicely placed in the fairway. Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. Frank, this is a shot any player would love to have. Trying to finish off a round, par 5 18th. What are we looking at?
Well, half the job's done with that tee shot, which was just tremendous, Rich. Now, really is a big opportunity. If you can just sort of flush that second shot, this is a big green. A good chance coming up ahead here for eagle, at least a birdie. Should be safely on deck.
That will be a great look at birdie. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Putting on a show, this tournament moves to 15 under par. So another tournament in the books, Frank, and what'd you make of this one?
Quality venue once again, Rich. The standard of courses we're seeing is excellent, and consequently it's enabling the players to really play some great golf. So I think golf's the winner today.